It is time for the holiday edition of the Monday Mailbag. I've not read any of these questions in advance, guys, so this could be fun. And if you're ready for it, let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. I'm about to leave for the holidays, going out of town with my family, and needed to get this mailbag video done and wanted to answer your questions. I saw a lot of them building up on the Discord channel, and I'm like, man, I cannot leave without doing all these questions. Now, I did not have time to edit a full video, so this can be real quick, real easy, and I don't know, maybe if you guys like this style of video, I will do this more in advance, but I do plan to go back to the old, real tight style of editing when I get back. But yeah, if you guys do like this, this is a lot easier for me to edit. But let's just go to these questions, minimal editing, and enjoy, guys. All right, off to the questions. ValleyFlyin, look at the new character Sif, or as I call her, Link. Was hoping you would break down deflects, block, and how these affects incoming debuffs resistance. I would like some clarity how to explain a 75 block chance. So you have deflect, what that does, as I understand it, it just takes the character's block chance and that, or block amount, and that just puts that onto it, that takes that off of the attack. Deflect does that. Block, the block amount, there's two numbers. There's the block chance, which Sif has a very, very high block chance. I think on a full Asgardian team, if I'm not mistaken, it goes up to 90%. So most of the time she is blocking, her block amount is very high, and the block amount, I think she has a 35 base amount, and then with Asgardians at 45. So each time she is getting hit, if she has that block chance, she will block 45%, if I'm remembering these numbers. But that is how I understand that works. All right, next question. ValleyFlyin, what is your thoughts on the Asgardian Inhuman blind? May devs don't want a Brotherhood to be the hard counter of the Asgardian because Pyro's passive heal blocks can counter Asgardian and Greg. Yeah, I mean, it's they're supposed to be countered. They're looking like a war defense team that's supposed to be countering a lot of teams. So that's what I think they're doing. I think they're just making less teams be able to counter this Asgardian team. Next question, ValleyFlyin, I appreciate you reading my comments and my questions. Love the videos. Do you think we have a chance at a new daily reward character instead of Wolverine? I think it's safe we all have a 7-star Wolverine. That was something they brought up when we were at the dev's office. It's time to remove him from the achievements. I thought it would be done sooner than this, but yeah, they're aware of that, and it is definitely time to move on from Wolverine. Do you think they should add buffs to defenders, make them a war defense team? They are the defenders. I mean, that would make sense logically. I personally don't like these war defense teams, but it would make sense. Does Human Torch special give 2 turns offense up on all Fantastic Four? I think it does that with the T4. So check that in the game. It should be in there. I don't remember off the top of my head. Does piercing bypass barrier with rescue? I don't think it decreases the barrier. I think it decreases just the armor amount that the character has. But if someone knows better than that, let me know in the comments. Next question, ValleyFlyin, love your videos. I've seen almost all of them since I started playing. Do you think Black will be pushed back due to the Heimdall bug? I am not sure. We were never given a date for Black Bolt, so it's hard to say if the date that we actually get will be pushed back or it will be the original date. I'm not sure, but I think they are aware. They're very generous with extending the event of Heimdall. Next question, ValleyFlyin brother, what is up, brother? Thank you for answering my question. I don't think it worded it very well. After Gear 13 Minerva for Fear the Darkness, and after Gear 13 Ultron, I have at least 12 of their superior uniques left. Should I save the extra ones for those 2 characters for Gear 14 for Dark Dimension 3? Or should I use them to Gear 13 Captain Marvel with Vision with so many uniques for sitting on them and to add? All right, so I'm just saving them. I'm not gearing 13ing or Gear 14ing any character right now. I do want to see what the final rewards for Dark Dimension 3 are. So personally, I'm just saving them. But yeah, I mean, it does make sense if you're going to get use out of Captain Marvel and Vision right now. So either way is fine, but I'm saving mines. ValleyFlyin, do barriers stack? I am not sure. And if how does their cap work? Like rescue, can you barrier to the point that Invisible Woman can make it on top, or does she get replaced? I am not sure, brother. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. This is a quick one, a non-researched one, so we're just going. So I apologize that I don't know the answer to that question. Enjoy the videos. Keep up the good work. Fellow Texan here from Katie. What is up? How do you feel about Marauders Milestone event? I feel cheated as a mine were. So this is older questions. This was asked on Monday. They've given out rewards for this. I'm not too upset about the milestones and the rewards. It was poorly worded to have that the gearing in there, because it does. Yeah, we've been through this. Just recently got my defenders to 6-star. They're sitting at 188k power. What team do you recommend for tackling Enter the Darkness? As I don't have all teams for Gear the Darkness. Yeah, so they're good. Get your defenders. They're all 6 stars. Go for Enter the Darkness. These things are long-term thing. You do want to get Fear the Darkness a little quicker, but Enter the Darkness, just do a couple of the just do a little bit each day, and you'll eventually get through it, get the rewards, and you can do it twice. Just just grind a little bit at each day and you'll be fine. ValleyFlyin, any word if the blue gear bug might be coming to Ultimus 7? Oh, blue gear might be coming to Ultimus 7. I don't know. It's been discussed a lot. I know people have been complaining that a lot. Hopefully that is something to address. They've been seeming to address a lot of the community's complaints recently. So hopefully that is another one that they will address. How do you feel if more minions were being added to the game? Oh, I wouldn't like that. I personally would love to play as the Skrulls. They're enemies of the Fantastic Four, the Kree Empire. Yeah, I don't know. We got a lot of named characters that aren't in the game, so I understand why they were added initially, but I personally wouldn't want to see unnamed characters added to the game at this point anymore. ValleyFlyin, great reveal last week, very informative and appreciative. So my question about characters summon like Fury and Loki, which ability do you usually have to have max for your summon minions to have maxed out stats? I think it is the summon ability, like you said, and I think there's some things in the past. I'm not sure. That was something that I addressed way back in the day, but I'm not researching these. I'm going through these quickly, so I think you're right though, but I'm not 100%. A lot of alliances are reaching level 80. Do you know if there will be another use of alliance credits after each player has maxed out his Stark Tech stats? Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's even worth donating after everybody has everything maxed out, right? The alliance is maxed out, everybody has everything maxed out stats. I think you just, there's nothing to do at that point unless they raise the level cap for that sometime. ValleyFlyin, love the videos. Thanks for all the knowledge you share with us. I'm wondering if they will ever make characters usable in gamma rays. Some players don't possess a specific enough tag. So the reason this was designed was to kind of get players to force to expand their roster, because if you want to be really good in arena, you just need pretty much 5 characters maxed out real solid. So I don't think that they're going to be making it not tag specific, but they might be changing tags to accommodate for new factions coming to the game, things like that. But I don't think they're going to ever make it not tag specific. I think that's just for Ultimus raids. Hey, last T4 video, your mobile gaming mentioned character red stars and power for Ultimus 7. What's the minimum red stars you would recommend if you're going to bring a tune to Ultimus 7? Furthermore, I have low red stars. I'm bringing tune to example. So I'd say power level minimum for Ultimus 7, especially on those later nodes, probably at least 40,000. That's actually pretty low, but it's going to be hard without a character around there. So the red stars, the gear, all that combines to make that power level. So I'd say about 40,000 is a good benchmark for that. That's a better thing to look for bringing a character in. Next question, what do you think about releasing some kind of game mode where you can start more than 5 characters, or even choosing a 1-character team with people going up against a boss level? I would like that. I like different game modes. The all-important issue when adding game modes is this time, because right now there's not a good time balance with this game. This game takes a lot of time if you want to really play it competitively. So as long as they would reduce time in another game mode, I would be in favor of adding something cool like that. Now defenders aren't as powerful as they once were. I'm thinking of breaking them up. If you were to break them up, would you replace them? I wouldn't break them up. If you were, Punisher works good on a lot of different teams. Iron Fist works good on a hero brawler. Jessica Jones works good in many different teams. So does Luke Cage. And you could put Daredevil on that hero brawler as well. So yeah, I wouldn't break them up, but there's a few different things you can do with them if you do. Are you experiencing the scarcity of blue gear as of yesterday? I had to completely run out of unstable molecules. There's a lot of people running out of this stuff, so I know a lot of people have been complaining about this recently. I do hope this is something that is addressed in the near future. I haven't experienced it personally yet, but yeah, it's not good. They gotta put a little bit of blue gear in there, even if it's just a little, because yeah, every time a new character is released, a lot of the players that have been playing with for a while need that blue gear for that new character. Hey, keep up the good work, brother. I know we've had a lot of quality of life recently, but one thing that you still needs to think, one thing you think still needs to be added. Jeez, the two letters, the K and the G, was confusing me. All right, more save squads. More save squads is the one quality of life thing that I think needs to be added. Finally made it to #1 in arena today. Oh, congratulations. Just wanted to brag on that. Oh, you got me. All right, next question. Congratulations. Anyway, how do you think Fox Next handling of the availability of newer characters like Fantastic Four, Colossus? It sucks, man. That's one big complaint that I'm going to talk about in one of the pre-recorded videos I did with Mobile Gamer about just the 5 things I think needs added this year. The characters, we need them more frequently. We need them more reliably. Holding back these characters just I don't think is good for long term. It might get some scarcity buys, but yeah, not good. What characters are you taking into Dread the Darkness? I'm going to take my Fear of the Darkness characters initially, and then once they split up into those nodes that go off into needing different requirements, I am not sure. It's probably going to be whoever I get the gear for first. That's how it was with Fear of the Darkness. I think I said Fear of the Darkness. Dread the Darkness on that question. As we get with live stuff, guys. All right, I have a lot of Blitz credits saving for the Red Star thing. Is there any reason to keep saving them? So this is an old question, but right now we got a orb opening milestone going on, the Avalanche orb. So it is now is the time that you should do it. If you want to use it all up. Sometimes you probably want to have a little bit of stockpile for war. Next question. Thanks for taking the time to put my mailbag question up last week. Actually got me twice. Really appreciate it. You are welcome, brother. Is there a question here? This is a long one, bro. I'm using it in Ultimus 5. A 75k power team could go all the way through. I'm glad you think a gold raid would be good idea. From what I saw in your data mine, it looks like we're getting some gold blitzes coming out. It should be coming up today as this video is coming out. The gold blitz. So Merry Christmas, brother. I think there's a question here. I think my wife got the Valley Club shirt. Nice. Super solid, brother. What do you think of this for Hulk's rework? Man, I hope this is better than what is in the game. What is in the game is good, and it's not a bad character, but it's not the Hulk. It needs to be the Hulk. That is my opinion of that character. His passive thing that only changes after drops below 50%. He gains a permanent offense up on each of his turn. Oh, that would be a lot better. This making a need for next attacks to be more dangerous. After dropping below 25%, the permanent offense up changes to death proof with no cap on the death proof. The drawback is that after the drop below 50%, he can't receive any buffs from anyone else. I'm not sure about that. I think they could just make it that maybe every time you drop him below, it stacks. That would be really crazy for that Hulk. I mean, by the end of the battle, that Hulk would be so overpowered. But yeah, anything to make him better would be good. Next question. Love your channel. Love your content. Be a better player because of it. I can't seem to talk tonight, guys. I seem to recall a lot of positive responses to the idea of catch-up mechanics after the Fox Next trip. Yet they implemented via milestone marauder gear leveling rage. Free-to-play player. I gotta say, if someone's capable of getting Sinister to stripe to 30k, is there a question here? I'm sorry. I didn't pre-screen these to see what they're about. In such a short amount of time, the milestone wasn't for you. Most of the free players can't even use them in raids arena, and only first tiers of Blitz. A player who can level characters that high as fast is already getting more rewards to play. If this catch-up was protested so much, what's to stop future ones from not happening? I'm curious to what your thoughts on how Fox Next can do this to catch-up mechanics. So this is a long question, but this was a poorly implemented way to poor way to implement catch-up mechanics. This is not how to implement catch-up mechanics. I think the community realized that. I think Fox Next realized that. and that's why there's so much outrage. Now, some of the things they're doing with some of these offers, like making crazy offers for some of these old characters like Captain America, some of these older characters that a lot of people have. That is what I think is a good idea for catch-up mechanics, but not to penalize or seeming to penalize players that got it. It was more perception than the reality, because in reality the rewards weren't that great either. Next question. ValleyFlyin, your videos are too long to watch or leave it open in the background. Is it possible to add time slots to your video and description when you talk about a different topic? So we do that. I've been doing that since day one for the news videos, and that's my longest video. This one goes a little longer, but the topics are kind of all over the place, especially for this one that I'm not really editing today, but they are there for the news videos, and they should be in all the description of that one. First mailbag question from me. Which of these new purple orbs in the Blitz store is the best choice? Catalyst, or do I gear for whatever tune you're working on? Get whatever tune you are working on. That's what you should do. Next question. Was wondering if you knew the matchup system for Alliance War besides trophies, i.e. my Alliance is currently ranked number 2 for Silver War. So actually the way I think the matched up is based on your collection power and your time slot. There's probably a bunch of teams that have wins and losses, and they're kind of based on the ELO of the wins and losses as well. So I think there's a few different factors. I'm not sure the exact equation on how it is worded, but I know back in the day there was about 8 to 10 alliances that we would always face on that rotation per war season, and you would get 6 per war season, but we would always face it would be kind of that mix. So it seems like that, but right nowadays I'm not really sure how it is, because we seem to get a lot of different alliances that we're fighting. So I don't know, not sure. This is a long way to answer the question. I apologize about that. I received the in-game mail stating they were going to update orange gear orbs to make it ranked to gear tier 14 easier. It has since disappeared. Any idea with what is up with that? So I am not sure, but I fully expect them to make orange gear a little more available. I mean, there's some available in this new milestone event. We got these Avalanche Orbs event that we just got, and I'm hoping they do more things like this to make this orange gear more accessible. In addition to Blitz, to be able to retreat or surrender is awesome. Do you know if Foxness has ever taken the MSF crew option to replay the same team? Blitz is much better. The only place you're able to fight against specific teams often to replay. Make the loss even no cost or 25 energy would greatly help people trying strategies and what doesn't. I've said this for a long time. Blitz is kind of the only mode that we get to test characters out, and we need other modes for this. I just recorded the news video with Casino. We talked a little bit about that we need some kind of mode that we can test teams out, because yeah, Blitz is the only mode, and I think the current system with the way it works with the energy is fine, but I would like to test out things like War and some other raid teams without actually spending like my raid energy or my war charges, because those are like a premium. All right, next question. A few weeks ago, I asked about the Burnout. You said you didn't think it was anything to worry about. Yesterday was a thought on Reddit on the current Burnout. So I'm not sure if I remember that question about Burnout specifically. Maybe it was a issue. Do you still think Burnout won't be an issue? I mean, because Burnout is something I've been complaining about for a while now. I think if you look at my top changes videos back in January, I think it was one of the things about the time crunch. And if it wasn't in that video, it was one of the things that I did want changed. And I did a top video this week with Mobile Gamer that's going to come out this week. And yeah, that was an issue as well. So yeah, the time crunch in the game is real. I might have not, I don't remember that question. So maybe I said something incorrectly. Could be my thoughts incorrectly. But yeah, Burnout is the issue. What could they do to prevent that though? Raids take a long time. The Blitz takes a long time. We should be able to auto a few more things. I like the time that Arena takes, but War is an issue as well when you're sitting around waiting for 3 hours and you're not even able to attack. So yeah, something needs to be done with the time, but those modes in particular, the raids and War and even Blitz, when you think about it, those are the big time sinks for the game. Great work on your content. It really helps out.
you were to split defenders up, how would it be? So that question was asked already. I wouldn't do it, but split them up on the teams that I answered earlier. Why is Daredevil not immune to blind when he's already blind? He kind of is. He has a crazy amount of accuracy, and what blind does is reduce the accuracy. So he's kind of already immune to blind. Before I ask my question, I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, brother. Merry Christmas to everyone else out there. If Christmas is what you celebrate, if not, have a happy holidays. I'm only getting set for Fear of the Darkness. I've done a lot of preparation. Who would be ideal picks to make it as easy as possible? I have everything for all these characters. Star-Lord, Minerva, Groot, Rocket, Shuri, Invisible Woman. All right, so you got a lot of the characters. All right, Star-Lord, Minerva, Rocket, Groot, and Fury was who I used. So I know they work, and I was able to one-shot most of those nodes with that team. And the ones that I couldn't one-shot, I could two-shot them, and the last node just is the long node. But yeah, that team works. Don't do Captain Marvel because you could use those on Ultron. So to get Ultron up so that you could run him in the second run and pretty much auto the thing. I wish, next question. Do you think they have a specific character? The arena milestones that we acquired through there would be could be a good way to players who already have certain characters to to carry on playing the game, get arena rank and shards, hit the milestones. They haven't added anybody for a while. All those stores need to be updated. Seriously, there's so many characters that have come to the game and so little have become farmable over this past few months. It's yeah, good. Add them to the arena store. What are your thoughts on when the new arena meta will be for offense and defense when Black Bolt is released? So, you know, I have a feeling that Karnak may be in that meta because he could take taunts off of the high resistance tanks like Juggernaut, Colossus. He might be in that meta team as well. And of course, Black Bolt has to be in there because of Ultron. So yeah, I see both of them having potential there, but we will see. We will see. A lot of stuff you have to actually play test, and sometimes it surprises you. Next question: in your alliance, do you guys launch raids as soon as you have the raid keys, or do you guys have a set day for raids? No, we go pretty much have a raid going 24 hours. As soon as the one finishes, we have another one going of the same raid. So we're almost 24/7 with raids. Next question now. That's and sometimes even more when the flip over happens and there's 2 raids running sometimes on Mondays, 3 raids running sometime on Mondays. It's crazy. So now that we have more Kree have been updated, would you say it was the best Kree team for use in the Gamma raid? So man, this is off the top of my head. So you gotta have Minerva in there, you gotta have Ronan in there, Captain Marvel, and maybe Cyborg and Ultimus. I don't know. We don't really have a tank there, so you probably have to put who would you put for tanks? The Royal Guard in there, and I don't know. Cyborg, Reaper, Noble. They're all pretty good. And I don't know if you put Ultimus. Maybe Ultimus for the extra health, but something like that. What is removing energy cap in raids and war could decrease stress and the game brings with it. Something really needs to be done about war. War is kind of crazy with the time that it requires for that. I don't think that was the intention that the devs had with designing that mode, but that's kind of what it has become. And it's cool when you have the time, but when you don't, it's a little stressful. Back when war came out, I felt like once or twice a month was plenty. 3 times a week is just too much. How do you feel about that today? I wanted it once a week. I still want it once a week. Just increase the rewards to equal the same amount of rewards, and I would be cool with it. With these new Blitz reward changes, do you think it's even possible to achieve 2,000 in Blitz without having to buy Blitz charges, spend offers, or while doing a 9-to-5 job? Depends on what your roster is. I've been playing for a while, so my roster is pretty big, and I can do that without spending cores. 9-to-5 job depends how often you could use the bathroom, you know. So it is possible, but it does depend on your roster. With all the recent changes and characters in the game the last 2-3 months, do you think Fox Next is selling the game? I think Disney is actively trying to sell Fox Next, and I don't know what that's going to mean for the game. It could be nothing for the game. It could mean nothing for the game. So I don't know, but I don't think Fox Next is trying to sell Marvel Strike Force. I think it's more Disney trying to sell Fox Next. But I don't know. It's my feelings. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Greetings, brother, from Indianapolis. Greetings from Texas, brother. Could you go through some of the best arena defense? I currently hang around 80, but get punched back to 150s every day. Thanks to keeping the great work. Arena defense is tough, man, because I think everybody in the top 200, at least in my arena shard, can get that #1 spot. They could punch all the way up there if they get lucky with not getting hit. But you definitely got to have Ultron in there if you have him. You have the Phoenix on there if you have him. Either Colossus or Juggernaut works pretty well as a tank. Drax sometimes throws people off, so you have one of those as a tank there. I know sometimes Miss Marvel's a little tricky. Mr. Sinister can be tricky. A lot of times he's gonna pick the wrong enemy to clone, but if he ends up picking your Phoenix, that's not good for you. So Mr. Sinister is a little tricky in there. Who else is a little tricky? Minerva sometimes, because you have to go after her very early on or she's going to bring somebody back. So sometimes that distracts you from other teams or for other characters that you might want to face. So yeah, but I wouldn't worry too much about arena defense. You just kind of got to get lucky and try to time your punch ups when you go for hitting a higher rank there. I'm about to land Ultron and Phoenix on her next event. I kind of feel it's like that's beating the game. What else is there to play for? What's the long-term motivation? I mean, they're always releasing new characters, so the latest character that should be counters to at least Ultron is Black Bolt. So I know for me, I just like chasing the next best teams, and that's that's what keeps me into a game. I don't know what everybody else's motivations are, but I like chasing the characters. Can you do a video on what runes are good characters in Dragon Champions? Yes. When I get back though, I need to. I'm probably not going to do too much on the other channel before I get back from the holidays. So, probably going a little hiatus, unfortunately. But when I get back, that channel will be active again, and so will this one. A lot of everything on this channel will be mostly pre-recorded and then doing the news videos as well. But yeah, definitely when I get back. Do you think Foxen could put out a video of beating Ultimus 7 so that it will help people prepare for it? Ultimus 7, or are you talking about the next Dark Dimension? I know Ultimus 7 is tough right now with the timers. It's hard to one-shot a lot of these nodes. I'm not sure if our characters are strong enough, or at least my characters are strong enough to beat the whole thing right now without spending a crap load of cores. Yeah, I know it has been beat, but I don't know if it can be beat without spending a lot of cores at this point. So I don't think they would put out that video. Next question, and I guess this is the last question for tonight, guys, and it will probably be the last mailbag question until I get back as well. So yes, hopefully this is a good one. 2 questions. Oh, it's 2-parter. Do you think they will ever up the amount of keys you can contribute? I hope. I haven't seen it become too much of a problem. A handful of my teammates exhaust energy numerous times, and they were always wanting to waiting around to launch Ultimus 6. If they're not going to lose the reins on materials, at least they could allow us to bomb Ultimus 6 twice a day to help us build up more efficiently. That would be launching 2 raids of the same power level would be kind of cool, especially if you have extra keys. So yeah, if you could, I would like that. Would they do that? I don't know. Maybe down the road. I don't think that's something that's really a huge priority for them right now. But hey, there was a lot of surprises in this past update, that quality of life changes that were pretty player friendly. So maybe. Second, you mentioned being a wrestling fan in the past. Oh, a wrestling question. All right. If so, have you ever traded Fire Pro Wrestling series of the games? If so, what were your thoughts? I have not. I've watched videos of it. It looks like a cool, like one of those old 8-bit, like Nintendo style or maybe Super Nintendo style. But I heard about it when, like, in the mid 2000s, when the graphics had already passed that style at that point. So I never really got into it. But I heard it was a very, very good wrestling sim game, and I wish I could have tried it back in the day. But yeah, I did see it. I'm aware of it. That is it, guys. Yeah, a lot of questions, very loose, very unedited, and I don't know. If you guys like this style, let me know. I'll continue to do these, or I'll continue to do my normal style of videos where it's more research, more planned, more structured. Let me know what you guys like. All right, guys, that is it. I will see you guys
live after the holidays. I do have a few videos that I'm going to do while I'm on vacation, but yes, I will see you guys again for this mailbag video after the holidays. I hope you have a great holidays, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Subscribe, like, smash. Make sure you check out my other channel, ValleyFlyin 76, and I will see you guys then. Happy holidays, guys. Check me out on social media. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out.